We are on the what? One app free. This is me assuming you guys said it out loud like we're in class. Let me tell you another thing I've loved about Odoo. Once you save a contact in your Odoo app, it shows up everywhere, which to me was insane. When you go to email marketing, you'll see my name again. When I make a payment and you go to invoicing, it's going to pop up because you've already saved that customer in your database. Oh my God. At least piga simu, guys. At least piga simu jitete useme wenyewe unapeananga service ya maana. Mimi nikishindwa, guys, mimi sinanga aibu. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Olim Kirote and this is Olim Kirote Rebranded. Today we are back with yet another masterclass. Thank you guys for joining us live. If you are watching this on YouTube and you are not able to join us live, please visit us on Instagram at Olive_Kirote, where I share a lot of our masterclasses we have every month. And if you have joined us live, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for joining us live. This means a lot. We have been sponsored proudly by Odoo, and the purpose of this partnership is to help you guys leverage their platform to help you grow and scale your business. We have been graced by a special guest. I'd like him to unmute himself and show his face and tell us who he is, why he's here. So yeah, Daniel, this is your cue.
Hi everyone. This is Daniel from Odoo. I'm a business advisor here at Odoo Kenya. I normally work directly with clients, which means businesses who are trying to leverage Odoo for their operations. Thank you all for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. I will be answering your questions, anything that I can assist with. And also, if you have businesses that you are running and you are trying to leverage Odoo for your business, you can reach out to me after this session. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm excited to share with you guys about Odoo. So I did go through the questions that I asked you guys on the Google form. Whole point of this masterclass is mastering sales and how you can do that with Odoo. Okay. Is this link www.odoo.com, and it has interesting letters at the end. Want to actively start your journey with Odoo? Kindly click our link. When you click this link, it's going to direct you to the Odoo platform. And you can see it saying sales teams from good to great. This is basically CRM. Odoo CRM is the true customer-centric for your sales needs. Track leads, get accurate forecast, and focus on what matters. When it comes to sales, thanks to Odoo, I learned that there is a system you can create for your business to track the customers that you're getting. Let's say right now, guys, I partner with an influencer. Let's say we reach out to Maureen Bandari, or even you guys as a business owner, and you're like, hi, Maureen, I like the platform you have built. I'd like you to work with me. I'd like to market my coaching service with you. Now, let me tell you guys a secret in sales as we talk about Odoo CRM. When you reach out to someone like Bandari, create a Google form or create something that if he or she shares this Google form on their stories, please, as you shout out my coaching, please tell your audience to do what? To leave their details on this Google form. If you're going to run ads, if you're going to do anything of the sort, I want you to always have a sign-up link that does what? That gets the customers to leave their details. When people leave their phone number and their emails, you should have like a spreadsheet of all these people who've shown interest for your business, okay? Now, when you get the details of this customer, let's say they're in an Excel sheet. That entire Excel sheet has what? It has all the details. My job as a business owner is to take you through a sales funnel, track each and every process, and hopefully get you to move from an inquiry to a sale. And now the thing is, you can do that automatically with Odoo. Now, let me go to the Odoo section so that I show you what I mean. If you have never signed up on Odoo, let me give you guys a tip. There is Start Now, it's free, and then there's Meet an Advisor. One of you guys asked me, is it still free? If you're going to get one app from Odoo, it is free. If you're going to get more apps for your business, you now have to pay. So for me, when I started last year, I obviously was on one app free, but the more I've learned about Odoo, the more I just realized the one app free is it's just one app. I want to enjoy all the other benefits. Another thing I'd advise if you're a business owner, and listen to me guys, come to Meet an Advisor. Click small business. What is going to happen is you're going to come into this section, choose a date and a time, and you can see here, schedule a 1-hour free meeting with an expert to get a tailored demonstration, recommendations based on your needs, answers to your questions about Odoo, information about pricing and methodology. I did this. You have this session with your advisor, and they will ask you questions about your business, and they will tailor your business needs based on the apps that Odoo has. So for me, education business, I might not need point of sale, but I might need an e-learning section. I might need signing for contracts. I might need CRM for tracking my clients. That's what Odoo does for you. Okay, so that's step one. I did tell you that it's free, so I'm going to show you how how it looks like when you sign up on Odoo. Start now, it's free. So I'm gonna click my app selection is CRM. So it's saying free instant access, no credit card required. I'm going to put my first name and last name, company name, Olive Coaching. .com. That's my email. It's picking up where I am. So let me just change that. Primary interest, use it in my company. 1 to 5 employees, and then you're gonna click start now. Okay, this is for somebody who has no account on Odoo, but they're trying to get started. Yay! Welcome to Odoo, guys. I hope you're saying yay wherever you are in Kenya. When you see this is now if you are on the one app free. If you decide to get more apps, this is just outside of the CRM, like me. You can pay for the standard. You can either pay yearly or you can pay monthly. It's $9 per month, but if you pay yearly, they'll charge you $7 per month. Ideally, it's like $100 because I remember that's what I paid. So this is the one I got. What happens is when you do the standard, you get all these apps here. If you're trying to build systems in your business, if you're trying to organize your business, you can pay and look at all the apps you have. Counting, invoicing, sign, all these finance, HR, if you start employing people, sales, this is where we're going to talk about today, CRM and sales, marketing, social marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing, websites, e-commerce. Again, you can build your free website with Odoo. You're going to pay $7 and have access to all this. Like, isn't that not more affordable? You let me know how it looks without Odoo, where you have QuickBooks for accounting, DocuSign, Salesforce, all these apps, Shopify. This is what happens when you're a business. Let me tell you the thing I learned about business. I realized you grow with your business and then you start to understand, oh, I think I need this for my business. And then you look for the app. Oh, I think I need to do email marketing. And then you go to YouTube or Google, top email marketing, and then you sign up. You don't realize that you've just collected a bunch of many apps and then you start to pay for them. Your business starts growing. That's what happens. And with Odoo, they're telling you, listen, as you grow your business, we got you because we have all these apps in one platform. I want you to come and click CRM. Okay, first of all, you have to activate your database. If you don't activate your database, it's going to disappear. When you're doing this, please activate your database. You're going to get an email. Go to your email. This is like your two-factor authentication. You have to verify that you're a human by activating your database. Cool. Follow the purple dot, giving you basically a tour of Odoo. We click CRM. We are on the what? One app free. This is me assuming you guys said it out loud like we're in class, but anyway, I want to show you guys how it looks like to track your sales in your business or to track like clients you received through an ad or through an influencer, etc. So I'm thinking, do we just follow the purple tour or do I just do my own tour? What do you guys think? I do my own tour? Okay, bet. Yeah. So, but you, when you sign up, do the Odoo tour. New is basically all the leads you have created in your business, okay? Let's say in your Google form, Olive Nkirote signed up. You would come here, new, and you're going to create a lead. So let me show you what that looks like. You'd come here, and then you would fill in the details of Olive, okay? Because Olive has said she wants your coaching. She wants to work with you. So we're going to put those details here. So ONR number here, contact email. We're assuming these are the people you have collected 10K. So I'm paying 10K for this coaching service. In Odoo, this is called an opportunity, okay? An opportunity is basically someone who's shown interest for your service. And if you remember, guys, I shared with you the sales funnel, and I can just bring it back. First step in sales is awareness. That's when someone is prospecting and trying to understand and see if you're someone they would actually want to work with. So when someone maybe has left their details on that Google form, they're probably in awareness stage. This is called a pipeline. These are different stages in your business. You can decide to call your pipeline awareness, discovery, evaluation, intent, purchase, loyalty, pipeline stages. I can decide to call interested. When Olive has signed up on that Google form, what that means, I can schedule a meeting with her or an activity with her to confirm if truly and truly she wants to sign up on this coaching with me. Schedule an activity basically means I can send her an email, I can call Olive, I can have a meeting with Olive, or I can send a document to Olive. Don't forget, guys, we're in a sales funnel. I've scheduled an activity with Olive. I've decided I'm going to send Olive an email. Let me tell you another thing I've loved about Odoo. Once you save a contact in your Odoo app, it shows up everywhere, which to me was insane. When you go to email marketing, you'll see my name again. When I make a payment and you go to invoicing, it's going to pop up because you've already saved that customer in your database. Oh my God. As long as you've added the contact, it shows itself everywhere. We email Olive. Olive says, I'm going to think about it. You can move her to this stage. Call her warm lead. Let me add another client, Annie Asi. So like that, I have created them. Annieassists@gmail.com. Daniel, I hope you're verifying what I'm teaching. You can unmute yourself and let me know if I'm on the right track.
Yes, yes, you're doing good. Really good.
Okay, thank
Keep
you so
going.
much.
All right.
So let's say Annie wants, let me put Annie on big money, 50,000. Why not? That's an opportunity. With Annie, we can decide, Annie, maybe let's make a call. At least piga simu, guys. At least piga simu jitete useme wenyewe unapeananga service ya maana. Another thing you can do is you can set the priority. Annie is good money. If she's going to give you 50,000 for one coaching session, you can put her as very high priority. This color is to show that the different activities you've scheduled, and I'm going to show you that. When you come to calendar, you will notice that if you schedule an activity, Odoo is going to remind you. Let me tell you, that's why I love Odoo, to be honest. It's too seamless, guys. It'll show you that on 9th, you set Olive's coaching. You decided to send an email, and then Annie, you've decided you're going to call her on Friday. That's another thing I like about Odoo. Anything you put on the platform is tracked on the platform. So you just need to open the platform and then look at all the things you need to do for that day. It's showing you that potential, this business of mine can bring me 60,000 so far. And the beautiful thing is you can put all the list for all the ads or all the people who are interested here. Call Annie, and Annie's like, thank you so much, Oli, for reaching out. Can I at least get my salary for this month and then I can make a payment? So from that conversation, you can move her from a potential to a warm lead. Another thing I liked about Odoo is when you click the client, you can log in notes here. What I like about this is, let's say Olive is not in the business, but Andrew is in the business. Every user on Odoo actually is advised to have their own account on Odoo. You pay for the users in your business. If you're going to have, let's say, 3 main managers, one is maybe the marketing manager, you as the CEO, accountant, another person. It is very advisable for you to at least pay for them differently, because let's say the salesperson for my business is Andrew, can leave notes here and say, Annie is waiting for her salary to make payment. Anybody else who comes to the pipeline, if they see Annie and click on Annie, it's going to show that there's a note. If I already had the call, I can log in the notes of that particular client. Now, proposition is probably like, can I pay in installments? She's proposing something different. And this can happen in business, by the way, so many times. I think you business owners should know. Comment down below how many times customers will come and propose different things to you. One will propose a discount, one will propose installment. Bring her to this side. And I feel like that's why many of us in business suffer. We don't actually have data. This is actually helping you track data. You're moving the client along your pipeline, and it's helping you see what is working and what is not working for your business. You can add an extra stage. You can add a stage here maybe that says payment terms. For you, you'd like to know the people who have already been sent their payment terms. A pipeline is very dependent on your business. Don't close yourself to fit this pipeline. If you are in the furniture business, your pipeline could look different. Maybe someone coming to visit the furniture place is important. And every time you notice mtu akikuja ku visit your furniture or to see the things you're selling, they usually convert to a sale. You can add it on your pipeline. All pipelines are different. Look at your business right now and ask yourself, if I was to create a pipeline on my customer journey, how does that look like? And then create a pipeline and then ensure that you're taking your client through this pipeline until eventually they become a what? Become a sale. And then eventually Annie sends you the money, you move her to one, and guess what? Odoo is going to celebrate with you. Go! Congrats for your first deal. And guys, that is how you take someone through sales in your business. Once you have this data, you perfect this data, you become good at selling. You become good at knowing what your customer likes, knowing what your customer values, and also knowing what makes them drop off. Because again, let's be honest, guys, not everyone reaches the warm stage. Some people drop off before the warm stage. And let's say Olive is one of those people who somewhere in between, she says, I don't think this is for me right now. Let me tell you guys another secret I learned in business. Always make a point to talk to your clients. You can talk to them and ask them why they didn't pay, ask them why they paid, because all this data usually gives you a good idea. To be honest, it takes a lot of work, especially if you're a one-man show, it takes a lot of work. But if you can get as much data as possible from your people, because your people will tell you where to improve and where you're already doing well. You can mark it as lost. So you can click here and then you're going to see the word lost. Select a result. Please, all this data is important for you and your business. Life, for example, and then you're going to mark it as lost. It's when you come to your pipeline, it kind of disappears. Come here on your filter section, click this drop down menu. You can choose to see the won and the lost. Click lost is going to show me the people I lost. It's going to show you also the amount you lost. If you've noticed from the filter, Odoo CRM is not just for one person. If you have a sales team, salesperson, this entire platform, you can give them access. So it's already showing you that this Odoo CRM account is for me. Let's say you have a lot of records. I would import all my records here. So you can add your Excel sheet and it can automatically add all your people here. So you don't have to do like one by one, one by one. If you already have clients in your Excel sheets where you have name, first name, last name, phone number, you can import it here. You can start tracking one by one, one by one. One of the main reasons of having a system like Odoo in your business is data. You can use these three to navigate the customer relationship management tool. We've gone through my pipeline. My pipeline is this. And I don't know if I've showed you guys this corner here, but these are different ways you can view your tool. This is called the Kanban view, where basically you can see each and every stage on your screen. And then there's the list. So the list will show you, like, let's say if you had a list of many clients, it's going to show you all the opportunities or all the leads that you have, all their names, all their emails, the salesperson that's dealing with them, the revenue that is expected, and how many activities you had to schedule for that person to actually give you the money. Then there's the calendar. Depending on the activities that you put on your list, you can see, oh, okay, today I have a call with this client, I have an email with this client, I have this with this client, etc. And you can just come on your calendar and organize all that. And then configuration. This is important when you're setting up your Odoo CRM. When you're setting up your Odoo CRM, come to the configuration and go through this. That's what I have learned so far, and I like it a lot. And I want you guys to let me know. You're saying if I click send message, I can send message automatically to the opportunity, like to my client.
Exactly. There's an expanding button down there, like now in the message. Yeah, if you click it, now you can write the email directly to that person. Yeah, so now it will log that email. Even there's a new AI assistant to actually polish your email there. So you can even use AI there. Use that slash button when you are actually sending the email. If you do a slash, now you can see there are headings, and there's actually also an AI down there that will help you edit the file or something. You even add images and send it. Now it will log it here. If you scroll up, basically you have to sync it with your either Gmail, or you can sync it with Outlook and so forth, so that it will be in sync with your email.
Okay, so if I link it to my email, I can just come to my opportunity and directly just send here, because now this send message actually goes straight to their email box.
Exactly. If they reply, it will also be here, so that you don't have to go through your email searching what was the previous communication, what was the previous tone like, and so forth. Even when you do a call, you can write a feedback of what the conversation was. So maybe you forget, like if you are working, let's say, with 10 opportunities, or now, okay, 10 is small, let's say, calling 100 people, and you are getting a feedback from them, it would be quite difficult to remember, what you discussed. So if I schedule, for example, a call, and when you mark it as done, it gives you an option to actually write a feedback when you mark it as done, so that you remember, oh, she said actually let's have another conversation after 2 weeks, so that you remember next time you see it, oh, I had a call with her and that was the feedback. All the communication is now lost. So you remember what the communication is. Yeah. If we link to email, that means we now pay for the email marketing service, or does that come as part of the package? If I had originally registered just for the CRM, for instance. No, so it's not a separate subscription, rather it is just a configuration that you have to do after you have activated the CRM. The log notes, something else I should mention, you can use symbol and tag someone internally. So for example, if you do an symbol, now you can actually search a user, right? So which means basically if you are like a team working together with 3-4 people, you can just tag that person and say, for example, you have an assistant, you can just add her and can you please assist the person with this information. So you can just tag them in the system and they will be able to come directly, because you can be working with 100 opportunities, and since they are tagged, they will be able to come directly to the opportunity, see what the previous communication is, and so forth. Yeah.
And I'm assuming when you write the message and you click log, they get a notification from their end.
Yes, perfectly. It makes the group work really, really easy.
Popping here, lead enriched based on email address. Why is the bot showing, or what is this basically? What is it trying to do here?
All right, so this is actually about the opportunity itself. So Odoo has built in an assistant. So when you put in the email, it actually pulls the information from the internet. So you can see Odoo at onafrica.com is the email that you logged in about the person. So it's giving you additional context what ONR Africa is. It is pulling in the information about the company, the sector they are working in, and so forth. So it's giving you a context into who you are talking to or dealing with. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, I was asking myself, why is it doing that? Like, where has it just all of a sudden written? Because when I created the lead and opportunity and I put my name, Oenar
Yeah.
Olive Kirote, it automatically went to the internet and found company type private sector, consumer discretionary, education services, B, moyo at oenarafrica.com. Have you
Exactly.
seen? I don't know what this part is,
It is
but it's
actually the technology you are using, so it's also giving additional context into probably the website you have. It's built on
yes, yes, the website I
WordPress, and
use.
it's
Oh
giving
my.
you real insight.
Is there a way to access this? How can I click? Let's say if I want to learn more.
No, it does not provide you a link. It's actually just pulling the information from the internet.
Okay, so basically, this is just the bot itself finding information about the lead that I have put. So, any email that I would put for my business, depending on the person's email, if they're on social media, LinkedIn, it might just find any information and pull it just for me to have an idea of who I'm talking to, basically.
Yes, perfect. Yeah.
Nice. Is it possible to link Odoo CRM to like your mobile phone, or maybe is there an Odoo app that you can maybe link to your phone so that you can basically work on the go?
Absolutely, yes. Actually, so there's a Odoo mobile application. We do use it internally as well ourselves. I have it on my phone. There's a mobile version, so just in case you are like on the road trying to just see your sales, see your CRM, follow up with a client. Yeah, you can just log in into your phone and actually access it anywhere.
I started using Odoo recently, but I feel so frustrated. I ended up deleting days and hours of work unknowingly. It takes a lot to set it up, and paying for help to set it up is expensive. How can we be helped?
All right, that's a good question, Fanny, and we understand that setting up the system may not be as straightforward. I mean, most of the system is actually like user friendly, but we do understand like setting it up can be a bit of a challenge if it's especially your first time like yourself. So right now we are actually running Odoo Academy every Wednesday. Actually, even today we hosted guests in our offices. If you are based in Nairobi, especially, we give a full day training, host like cocktails and so forth, a bit of fun time for everyone who comes here to visit us. So that's actually for free. That's something that we are trying to do to create more awareness and also to empower those small businesses, and Odoo understands that. So we have a YouTube channel, we share freely, we have a documentation, lots of free courses in odoo.com or odoo/documentation, also free Odoo courses that Olive is showing the screen.
Is that the person that is assigned to you after you register for Odoo?
If you are actually just starting out, there are two options. One is, of course, you can get an implementation with us directly. What we do normally is there are two routes in terms of implementation. One is you can do self-implementation, takes time. Using the system and setting up the system is quite different. If you want to set it up yourself, of course, you have to allocate time in terms of, trying to understand what you're trying to achieve and follow a tutorial yourself, go through the process yourself. But also we understand there are also a bit more mature businesses. You need to focus on your core business, which is selling your services, selling your products, and you want someone else to actually set up the system for you. So if you want someone else to set up the system, you can go two routes again. You can go either through our partners if you are like in different countries, but if you are smaller and less than 50 employees and you still want to get actually the setup done for you, we can assist you directly at Odoo. We have different rates based on different hours and scope of the project, but you will be able to focus on your core business, and we will be able to help you understand your business analysis and also understand your business, and then forward be able to assist you in the implementation process. So that is what you can expect in terms of services from Odoo. Perhaps if your business is a bit complicated or a bit advanced, but nonetheless, if you have, let's say, a complicated workflow and you think that you need to verify it first with an advisor, see if it is for you, and they will be able to guide you in the next steps. All right.
When you pay, which is Oenar, you see that you have a contact, right? You have her email, her number if I have to call her. And the thing is, I can reach out to her and she will always has time for me every week for all my 1 million questions. So I've had meetings where we've talked about my email setup. We fixed my invoice thing. She advised me to submit a ticket. I submitted a ticket, my issue got fixed. So you have this contact to guide you. The more you start onboarding your business, starts to become a bit technical. And I remember Daniel said you have to now start considering the Odoo documentation. But the thing is, when you have her contact, she will guide you. She'll be like, okay, Olive, if this is what you're trying to do, here's a documentation. She usually sends me something with pictures and step-by-step processes, and then I follow and then I figure it out. Mimi nikishindwa, guys, mi sinanga aibu. I'll submit a ticket. Reach out to your contact, Fanny, and everyone else so that you don't have to go through this problem again. Once you reach out to your contact, ukishindwa, submit a ticket. It's here, help. There's Ask Odoo AI. There's, yes, Ask a Human. So they will often tell you, please send a screenshot or please explain your situation, etc, and you have to go like back and forth with them. So don't open a ticket and then you disappear. But this is what has worked for me. You have to balance onboarding your business and working in your business.
Since Odoo is so diverse and satisfies a broad scope of businesses, what would you advise a small business owner who would love to use the Odoo features but is facing challenges that small businesses incur? Let's say they don't have a lot of time to balance learning the platform and also running their small business. What would be the best strategy for them to take if they still want to use Odoo?
All right, that's actually a very, very fair question, Andrew. And it is a question that we actually deal with every day. When you are getting a system, you're not getting a system to learn about a system, right? That's not your intention. You're not here to be an Odoo professional. What you're trying to do is improve your business. At the end of the day, the purpose of any tool is to actually enhance your business, give you efficiency. It's not to actually give you a homework or an assignment more to do. Then it's not actually a solution. What you have bought is actually a homework for yourself, right? So Odoo is actually a solution. So if you are buying a solution, it should actually serve you as such. When you look in terms of implementation, I always recommend getting an implementation from a professional or an expert, because implementation usually entails three things. One, it means customization and configuration. Odoo has so much configurations to be done based on your workflow. Of course, you can keep it as simple as possible. We say KISS is the basic principle. Keep it stupid simple, which is very easy. If you have advanced workflow, obviously, you need those configurations and customizations. One, that is a part of the implementation. The next thing is data importation. It could be your customer list, your product inventory, your charts of account if you are using accounting, and so forth. All those data needs to be imported into the system. You need someone to actually help you, clean the data, organize it, and also bring it into the system. And lastly, of course, you need yourself and your staff to be trained on the system, right? If you are by yourself, of course, for you to be trained so that you don't waste too much time trying to learn, because the best part of learning is sometimes also learning about something that you don't immediately need. So implementation is, you have to see it in terms of an investment that you are making into the system, because basically you are going to be using the system for accounting, sales, and CRM, and so forth, and better be well structured, and also you better know how to use it efficiently, because there are also features, like we just saw earlier, that you may not be even using because you don't know they are there to begin with, and you have paid for it already. So it is actually an investment, and once you have done a proper implementation, you may not need it for the next 3, 4, 5 years until the technology evolves. So you have to look at it in terms of long term. I always recommend implementation. But then again, of course, I understand when you are starting a business, you may not have the cash on hand. And if that is not the case, again, you have to invest your time. So it is either money or time. It always comes down to that, right? So the shortcut or the hack, that I would say, asking your advisor to send you a tutorial or a video that is going to address what you are looking for. All right. So that is the next best hack, I would say. And instead of going just, brute force and going through all the materials as if someone preparing to be an Odoo consultant.
What Daniel is talking about is this implementation services. I have not done it yet, but this is something you can consider. Let's say your business is bringing good money and you don't want the time or the effort to onboard your business, to understand which platform do you need, which platform do you not need. There's something called the Odoo Success Pack. I'm also considering it. Let me be honest, guys. I've paid for 1 year and I'm still struggling onboarding my business. What you can see is it's recommended for starter, simple apps, 1 to 5 users, basic, standard, custom, and pro. And then you can see you get a dedicated consultant where, depending on your business and the amount of hours it will take for the implementer to implement it, these are the rates. I wanted to ask you, Daniel, because as owner, I want to see if it's something I should invest in and if it's sensible for me to invest. I reached out to my advisor, told me you have to pay for a business analyst to manually onboard my business. So I wanted to ask, let's say my business ONR, do you guys just stick to the starter? Do you tell me all the apps my business would need? Like, how exactly would that go for me to decide? Am I paying 190? Am I paying 977? How exactly does this come about?
All right, that's actually a great question. So these implementations are based on the scope of your project, right? So for example, right now, let's say your scope is just CRM and sales. I would say even the starter is enough. So like I said, the implementation primarily is configuration and customization. And you can see it starts on the 25 hours. So the 4 hour, it's very, very limited. Since it's timesheeted service, even the meeting itself is actually timesheeted. So it is transparent. We share the timesheet with you, the training, the configuration, and so forth. They all take time. So it's a timesheeted service. So the 4 hours basically actually just, for someone, perhaps they have question, they just want one or two things to be actually, configured. Most of the implementation is done by themselves, because you can see there's no data importation assistance, there's no project management, and so forth. Because the project management basically is actually scoping your company, understanding your workflow, and actually also doing the configuration, the data importation, and the training. How these hours are going to be determined is again on the scope, because let's say you sell CRM and inventory, so you use the 25 hours. Now you want accounting and payroll, right? So now you actually have more scope, which means that is additional work for the implementation consultant to configure, customize, data import, and also train you.
Listen, if my business needs 10 hours, there's no 10 hours here. It's either 4 or 25. Is that why I come to project estimator? Or
yes, there's a project estimate. You can also inquire with your advisor to actually give you a scope. They will be able to consult you in terms of, what your budget is. So sometimes maybe your scope is big, but you don't necessarily have, let's say, the budget for 100 hours. You need 100 hours and it's actually $3,400. What they will be able to actually do is to actually also consult in terms of, what can be delegated to you and what is, the, let's say, the complicated or advanced stuff that the implementer consultants should be able to handle for you. It could be a bit of a negotiation there, but it's always advised to actually ask your advisor based on my scope and what I want to achieve. Ideally, you'd be using Odoo for most of your operations, because you don't want to use 3, 4, 5, 6 applications just to run one business. Centralizing it will save you huge time, but do consult your advisor.
so that I have the time to make mistakes, to submit tickets, to go through documentation, to talk to my advisor until I get my business in order how I would prefer it. But if I have the capacity to pay for a business analyst on Odoo and also maybe consult my advisor on the scope of what I would want, then I would make the payment and get the assistance.
Exactly.
Okay, it's also good to be guided, just the same way I'm guiding you guys to understand more about the platform. Please take the time to also reach out to your advisor if you do consider jumping on Odoo. But personally, I need systems in my business. I need to track all these systems in one place. I'm tired of having 5 different apps. Now it's time for us to grow this business and to grow it the right way. Is there an option for paying in installments? I personally don't think so. Daniel?
In terms of implementation, no, but for the subscription, you can either go monthly, yearly, and ask your advisor. It's not on the website. They can cook something for multi-year. Yeah.
Pay Odoo online. So again, guys, if you just want to use one app and keep it simple, it's free. But if you're trying to grow your business, digitize your business, long-term thinking, guys, long-term thinking, that's where we are at. It's $9 for 1 month, but that means every other month you renew your subscription. But if you want to save a buck, also it helps you to be serious about onboarding your business. Like I did, you jump. But again, I told you guys it's per user. This means so let's say we grow our business and we have 5 managers, I'd be paying $35 per month. So for my business to run confidently and comfortably. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have learned something. I hope you guys are looking to digitize and grow your businesses with Odoo. Yeah, and that's about it from me, guys. Before you go, guys, we will be having another webinar for Odoo. I want you guys to let me know which app do you want us to tackle. Please, guys, comment. Thank you. We've come to the end of this masterclass. Thank you guys for joining the live session. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't want to miss the next live session, reach out to olive@owenafrica.com. We're gonna send you an email. We have 4 more masterclasses to go, guys. I love you guys, and yeah, bye. See you on the next one.